Hello there, welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name is Sierra. You may or may not know me. If you do, hi. If you don't, welcome. Today I'm going to show you guys how, a couple of things actually. One, how to sublimate on holographic vinyl. This stuff. Did you know you can do it? Because you totally can. And today I'm going to show you that you can. But the main thing that I want to show you today is this amazing hack that I discovered over the weekend, and I think it's going to be epic. So over the weekend I was making some t-shirts, and one of them was a special request by a customer to sublimate over glitter vinyl. And it was a very detailed image. It was this image actually. This one I created, and it's got like all these little pine tree things on it, and like it was very detailed. Anyways, so I had the hardest time lining up the glitter HTV with the sting image to make sure that I didn't have any extra overhang or anything like that. It drove me nuts. So I had a light bulb go off, and then I had a literal light go off. So that's what I'm going to show you. I'm not going to tell you till we get later on what that trick is, but man, I'm telling you, it's genius, pure genius. It will save you so much time and so much product. So first I'm going to show you in Design Space how I do my process for layering sublimation onto HTV. Sorry, my brain is like 10 seconds behind me this morning for some reason. So we're going to hop on into Design Space. I'm going to hop back on here, and then we'll get the party started. See you in a second. Alrighty, so you can see here that I have my image and this gray blob. We're going to delete said gray blob. So this is the image that I'm going to put on my holographic HTV. But you can't print and cut directly onto that holographic HTV, so you need a back layer. And then when I put this in here, it automatically goes to print and cut. Now I want both the print and cut, and I want a base layer. So I'm going to go over to duplicate. You can either right click on it and get duplicate, or you can go up here and go to duplicate. Right click is much easier for me, so I just duplicate it. Bring it off to the side here. But then all you have to do is go up here to where it says operation and select the drop down. And you're going to go to cut basic. Personally, it does not matter what color you make this. It's just going to cut out a square anyway. So color doesn't really matter. As long as you know what color it is in your head, you're good. But then this means that the size and of this and this are identical. So then you're going to go over to make it. I have the maker 3, so it's asking me, do I want to cut it on a mat, without mat, or multiple ways? I'm using a mat because I don't have smart holographic vinyl. Now you want to mirror this. Mirror your cut. Then if you don't have your sublimation settings for your printer set to reverse image already, you want to mirror this. But because I do, I don't need to select mirror. Then you're going to print and cut these two, which I've already done. So I don't need to do that. Save us some time on our video so that we can get right to the point. Alrighty, so that is this. That's super simple. That's how I do the whole print and cut process in Design Space to make sure that they are the exact same size. All right, let's hop back on over to the camera. Alrighty, so now I have my shirt. It is cotton, so no, I cannot I cannot sub directly onto this. So I do need a back, a mask, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-press this shirt real quick, get any moisture out of it so that it doesn't affect the HTV. Oh man, I had my press set for stickers. So it's not hot enough for sublimation yet, but that's okay. We don't need it hot enough for sublimation. So swing that out of the way so that I don't burn myself. There's probably a ton of moisture in this shirt because it's so humid here in Ohio where I live. Give it like 10 seconds. Yep, still moisture. When it steams like that, that means there's moisture in the shirt. Another tip for you. Giving you all the tips today. I know I'm really far away, I'm sorry. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm going to take it off of this and bring it over here. Move my mat out of the way so that I can align it. I'm going to turn the camera over. Don't worry. You'll get to see. So, my hair's falling out. Don't mind it. Let's turn you. Oops. And then tilt you. Looky there. I did get a lot of comments asking me to stop turning my back to the camera. You'd like to see what I'm doing. So, here you go. You're seeing what I'm doing here. So, I've got a mess, but we're not worried about a mess. I'm a crafter. I have a messy brain, but it's a busy brain. So I have this t-shirt ruler that I use. It's from JPI Blanks. You can see that right there. JPI Blanks. QR code. So I just set this right here, and I kind of just let it sit right on the bottom of the seam of the collar, making sure that this is kind of straight. And eyeball it, make sure that these two corners hit the outside of the final seam. That means that it's even. Alright, and then I'm going to take this, fold it in half, not like too folded though, just enough so that I can see where exactly the middle is. The exact middle. That way, because on the ruler it says center, and I like to have mine at 3 inches from the neckline, always. Unless it's anything over an extra large shirt, then it goes down to 4 inches. Alright, and then I remove the ruler, and it's not going to stick because there's not enough stuff around the edges, so I'm just going to use a little bit of heat resistant tape to make it stay put while I move it over to the press. And then I'm going to go press. And now I have my press set at 325 for 60 seconds. I'm not going to do a full 60 seconds for the holographic vinyl. It will crinkle it, and you don't want that. So for the holographic vinyl, just to get it to stick at first, I'm only going to do about 10 to 15 seconds. You don't need more than that at first. It's just to get it to stick to the shirt. Then when you do the full 60 seconds for this, it won't melt this. So I will be right back. I'm going to go press the shirt. I don't want to keep you on here. I'm going to press the shirt, so you might get a little ad break. Alrighty, and we are back. I did let it cool a little bit. I'm going to pull this off here. There we go. And then I'm going to cut this down so that I don't get my images all over the side from Cricut's print and cut shenanigans. Now, the only thing that I can say badly about the print and cut from Cricut is that you can only cut up to a certain size, which irks my soul. But there are ways around it. You can use slice. So if you need an image that is bigger than 9.25 by 6.75, you can use the slice tool and separate this image but keep this the same size. That way you get still the same size. I'll have to do a video on this to show you guys what I'm talking about, but there's many ways that you can work around it. But for this size of shirt, this worked perfectly. Now, for the main event. You can't align this perfectly like this. Unless you are some magic Houdini, you can. So, I have this. This is a light pad. If you have a Cricut bright pad, that will work just fine as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn it on, like so. And I'm going to turn it up to the highest setting, which it is. And you're going to slide that right up underneath, right in between your shirt. Just like that. And now you have... Oh, you can't see it. Darn it. Can I pick it up? There you go. Look at that. Then, what that creates... Oh, my shirt's all jacked up now. Is a really nice backlight for this. Now, this is a super dark shirt, so it's not as bright. Why is it not as bright? There we go. That's as bright as it goes. So, this is fun. I'm going to cut this a little bit closer to the edge. So I did this for a lighter colored shirt and it worked amazingly. Apparently it doesn't work as well for darker colored shirts, but that's all right. It still works. Good enough. All right. I'm gonna align it. I think the other issue might be that I have that ring light on over there and it's kind of throwing my eyeballs off. Because I can see through it. It's just messing with my eyesight. The most important thing for me is that there's no like holographic vinyl peeping through. No blank spots. There we go. Line it up as bit. Oh, it is the light. Haha, because I could see it if I put my hand over it. Go figure. I try to have good lighting, and this is what I get for it. Let's see. Let's turn that off. There you go. Sorry, guys. Sorry, brain. That's butter. And then you just line it up based on the shadowing behind the image and you tape it. Just double checking myself here because it looks like it's a little bit off, which is quite possible. Tape it there so that I can gauge. Sometimes print and cut does fail you. Sometimes it doesn't line up, which is annoying. Ugh. I put the tape on there already and now it's gonna be stupid. I know, I told you guys that this was a magic trick and that it would work out perfectly, but I screwed it up, so that's my bad. I screwed it up by using a darker colored shirt. But you can see here that it'll work. Take the tape off. And ironically, the print, so the cut, the vinyl is just a smidgen off. I don't know why. Should have been the same size. Should have been the same effing size. I'm just trying to align it so that it doesn't look so wonky. Good enough. This is just a shirt for myself. To show you guys that you can sublimate on holographic vinyl. So, good enough for me, but the point was that you can see an outline on this with a somewhat lighter colored shirt. All right, let's press and show you the results. So you're gonna wanna remove your light pad. You don't wanna press that, that would be bad. And then we're gonna go over to press and I'm gonna show you that too. Let's turn my light back on since we don't need that anymore. I'm super annoyed that the, hi, close up. That the print and cut is off, that the sizing is off. But I don't know why. I didn't do that. Design Space did. Hi, I'm gonna zoom out and go press. We're gonna press. All right, so we've got our press nice and warm. Put this on here. Make sure it's nice and flat. Use your butcher paper. Protect your press. Oh. Flip that over, it's all rolling. There we go. Push this through. And we press. I like to have my butcher paper cover the entire size of the press plate. One, because it traps in all of those gases that are going to be exposed from the sublimation, and two, it helps avoid that discoloration that you get sometimes when you press darker colored shirts or even anything with vibrant dyes. It prevents that from getting on your press plate, from anything crazy. And then the scorch marks, it also prevents that. Now, typically I will also use a Teflon sheet, but because I'm sublimating on top of the vinyl, I will not use the Teflon sheet because that creates like a barrier and that it doesn't end well. It creates an extra layer of heat resistance, basically, is what I would call that. And doing this the full 60 seconds does make me quite nervous because holographic vinyl is very sensitive to heat. So, fingers crossed that I didn't melt it. There was no steam, so that seems to be a good thing. That. I'm gonna pull it off of here. And then, woo! Oh, this looks so neat. I feel like could have pressed longer. Look how much of the image is left, basically all of it. But you can still clearly see it. Oh wait, maybe you can't because of the light. Again with the dang light. There we go. That darn light, man. You can't see anything. Awesome. Now, the main question is, and I don't mind that I see right there where it was kind of out. Now the question is it going to wash off? I don't know. But what I can do is give it a test. Because typically, if it's going to wash off, some of the ink is going to come off if you wet it right off the bat. So, 1 second. Grab my towel. We're going to do a little experiment because I have a water bottle here. That's clearly leak proof. There's a little bit of water. That was genius, see? Genius. There we go. Just give it a little shake. Now, dun dun dun. Is it going to wipe off? No, it does not wipe off. Sorry, I'm excited. This is awesome. It does not wipe off. I show you to prove, yes, this is wet. No, it does not wipe off. Success! And I basically have a whole nother image that I can use still. That is amazing. I'm so excited. So excited. All right, guys. That is how you, 1, sublimate on holographic vinyl. 2, how you layer to sublimate onto holographic vinyl. And 3, a hack on how you can layer on to sublimate on vinyl, glitter vinyl, glow in the dark vinyl, holographic vinyl, all of the HTV vinyl, maybe, but not like plain colors. That turns out really, really faded and like vintage looking. You might as well sublimate on 50/50 because that's what you're gonna get. All right, that's how you do all of that. Make sure that you like my video, subscribe to my channel, drop a comment below if you want me to try something else. I'd love to waste some materials to try things. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.